and welcome to Nothing to Wear. Lee here. Now today I've got Liv James coming back. If you missed it the first time, she joined us to teach us everything about Pinterest, which changed my life. Liv is 25 and runs the social here at Mamamia, and she is so stylish. So we're going to talk 2 generations, why we fight about socks and everything in between.
You have to do it. You live for fashion.
Liv James, welcome back. We were supposed to only do one episode on our different generations and what we wear, but we couldn't stop talking. So
We have a lot to say.
turned it into 2.
Yeah.
So I wanted to now get into some quick fire questions and a bit more of an interrogation into your style and the generation of people your age. So are you happy to stick around?
Absolutely. I'll stay here forever, Lee.
Okay. Some quick questions for you, for yourself, but representing your generation.
Okay. All right.
Do
Pressure's
you have a wallet?
on. No.
What do you mean?
No. What do you mean? Like, everything I need is on my phone.
What if your phone dies?
But it doesn't. That's just, like, not a situation that I would allow happen. And I would just go and ask someone to charge it. Or I'd say to my friend.
Where's your
"You're gonna
Medicare on your app thing?
Yeah, I've just got the number on my notes app.
Oh, good. And your licenses, because in New
My
South
li-
Wales you can
yes,
have a digital
It
license.
is.
It
It's
depends state
easier
to
here.
state.
Yeah. But when that didn't happen, I just had a little thing on the back of my phone that I'd slip it into.
Yeah.
Like, I could romanticize having a wallet, like opening it up and, you know, but also
Shaking
the coins.
I went from what was a standard size wallet to a small wallet, but in it I still have
Yeah.
all my cards, my Medicare, my Flybys.
That
Is that all
feels-
on your phone?
Yeah.
Do you have
all on my phone.
Flybys and
yeah,
stuff?
Yeah, I did. I just recently got that, actually. Yeah.
Wow. What if someone steals your phone and then you don't have your
Yeah, but
wallet?
what if someone steals your wallet?
Yeah, but I've still got my phone.
Yeah, but what if they steal both?
Well, that's happened.
Yeah. Oh, see? Never happened to me.
Okay, well, this leads us to the second question because this is what happened to me.
Yep.
Handbags.
Okay.
I don't see your generation or you guys like having a variety of handbags or really even carrying a bag. So
Yeah.
what's going on with handbags?
Look, I actually have like quite an interesting perspective on this, right?
Mm.
A handbag to me, like, it's an accessory, right?
Yes.
But you don't necessarily actually need it for your outfit. Maybe like when you go into certain life stages as being like a parent and you need
Yes.
to carry things for your kids, but I don't need a handbag.
Okay. Take away going to work because do you leave your laptop here or bring them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But so that brunch with the girlfriends.
Yeah.
Are you taking a handbag?
I would take probably not.
Where's your lip balm?
Like in my pocket.
Where's your tampon? Sorry, but like I just find this so fascinating. Like you have so few essentials that you feel bound to.
Okay. So, yes. There is one handbag that I have. It's like this black little like Oroton bag that my best friend got me.
Cute.
And I would probably take that.
And is that versatile enough to take you most places?
Yes. Yes, it is. Absolutely. The only thing that I have is with handbags, every handbag that I love and really, really like admire, like I like a Fendi baguette, like I can look at it and be like, oh my God, I love that. It's just like out of my tax bracket.
Yeah, okay.
So it like they almost make me depressed.
Okay.
Because I'm like, I love that, but I
can't
have no
afford it.
purpose for it.
Oh.
And I can't afford it. And like,
So you just go without.
yeah, I don't know if that makes sense.
Tissues?
Nah, what?
Oh my God.
For a long time, I just put things in my bra.
Yeah, I do that sometimes.
Yeah.
Yep, I do that.
It doesn't. And you know, you forget handbags. Like you put them in your Uber or you pass them off to your friends when you like don't want to carry it. Every night out that I have, my handbag ends up on some dude's shoulder because I can't be bothered to have it.
I wish I could be as free. Do you have a phone strap?
No.
You just carry it?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Hey, wait, keys.
Oh, in the bra.
Okay.
Yeah.
Heels. I feel like,
Yeah.
you know, thankfully, due to lockdown, that was 5 years ago now, we haven't really seen the resurgence of huge high stilettos. And as
Yeah.
such, flat shoes have got cooler than ever before.
Yeah.
But how do you feel about high heels in general?
I probably quite like the handbag thing, right? They're beautiful. Like I love when you put a heel on and then like suddenly I'm like strutting down the street like I'm a CEO of like some kind of company and I'm like, yeah, I am that girl. But I am a pure creature of comfort.
Yeah.
I want to look put together, but I don't want to feel like I'm like uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And heels do that, which is why I resort to the kitten heels.
Yeah.
Like if it's too high.
See, that's the wisdom I gained in my 40s, and you have that at 25. And I do
you.
think that, thankfully, for the most part, trends have gone that way.
Yeah.
But I just have so many beautiful pairs of stilettos I'll never get rid of and I'll never wear.
I think I remember you like maybe even like over a year ago saying something when you were like, we were setting up a record about how in Cosmo it was like you'd wear heels every single day.
It was an unspoken rule that you had to wear 6-inch heels. Oh, well, like if you were wearing flats, you weren't well.
Yeah.
So I'm glad it's.
So I could not imagine that here.
So do you own any high heels?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I have one pair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, this is amazing. I love your generation.
Yeah.
What have you personally and your generation got against no-show ankle socks?
What have you got against like showing your socks?
I don't. Your generation started it. If I am going to the gym or not to Pilates because I take my shoes off, but it just looks nicer to have the trainer and a bit of flesh and then your legging.
Yeah, okay.
Socks look cutty-offy and weird.
See, that I reckon that comes back to the mag days of like rules, right? We don't have that. So I think that we look at it more like I love socks.
I know.
And I love coloured socks. I think we went through that last time.
We did.
Because they can be an added element to your outfit. They're more fun to have. Like you can just be like, oh, like what am I going to do? I'll put my outfit down every night and then I'll go through my socks. I'll be like, which one goes with it?
I approve of your love of socks, but why do you hate our no-show socks?
They feel like sneaky.
Because they're just so functional and not fun.
Well, they don't even feel functional. Like they slide down your foot.
The Uniqlo ones don't.
Well,
but I get what you mean. They're like purely, there's no joy to them.
No, there's not. And it's also a bit like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't.
That made me think of another thing I haven't had in the script about shapewear. Does your generation do shapewear?
Skims 100% helped with that.
Because a no-show sock is like shapewear, like it's purely functional.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it is sort of. But it's also, I guess it comes down to taste, right?
Yeah.
Whereas shapewear has like a purpose.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So it's easier to get on board with that. Whereas like you're wearing a no-show sock because you feel like it looks better. I don't know. It is just a debate.
No, it's so your feet don't get sweaty and you don't get blisters. Anyway, we could stay on that forever.
I could really,
A few more before we get into bougie and budget.
Yeah.
Would you rather be overdressed or underdressed?
So I think that comes back to what I said before. I want to look like I'm overdressed, but I want to feel like I'm underdressed. Like I really value being comfortable.
Yes.
So that's where I draw the line. But that's also where I find statement pieces really helpful. Because like, this jacket, right? I'm actually just wearing a full black outfit today. T-shirt and jeans.
But that makes a statement.
But
it's patterned. You bought it in Tokyo. It says something, but you're comfy.
Yes, exactly. So that's where like that is my perfect
So
zone.
you want to be comfortable, but show that you put in effort.
Yes.
And so it's that fine line.
It's finding the fine line. I will be uncomfortable if an event is -3 hours. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
That's how long I can handle it for.
Okay. I feel like you've told me how, like we work in a creative office, anything you wouldn't wear to work. So I used to, I mean, I guess I've loosened it a bit, but there was no way I would ever do a shoestring strap, or I wouldn't do like a short skirt with something that wasn't long sleeve. Like, I don't know, but that's a bit of a hangover from, being in my 40s. But here, and rightfully so, look, it is a creative office, but I do see people in bike shorts, in...
I don't think, like, I wouldn't do active wear personally. Like, I have these little, like, sweat set, like, matching from Araminta James, though. So it's, like, kind of, like, a bit more elevated.
Okay.
And, like, fun and it's colourful. I also wouldn't go too short. Like, I wouldn't do a short skirt or a short dress not because I don't want to make anyone else feel uncomfortable, but I'm just, like, I can't move around in that.
Yes.
I can't do my thing in that. I'm always going to be a bit self-conscious. But other than that, I don't think there's no rules that
So when you shop, do you mostly look for things that you can wear to work and outside of work?
Yeah, absolutely.
Last question before bougie and budget. This is so fascinating to me. Where immediately comes to mind when I say, where do you go shopping? Is it online and is it in real life? And what stores and what brands?
Online, 100%. Only online unless it's basics and unless I'm going to somewhere like Kmart or Uniqlo.
Wow.
I rarely am in the store.
Okay.
Getting in the store actually stresses me out. I start sweating.
Wow. Wait if you ever have children and you try and go with a toddler. And where do you go online? I mean, I'm sure there's a huge array, but where's your kind of tried and tested?
I really like the Iconic. I love spaces that you can just find something, like they have a lot of stuff that
Yeah.
you can just troll
It's
through.
like the website version of a department store.
Absolutely. And then I do like Depop
Mm.
because you can send offers and you can get things like, yes, the other day I got a pair of like Elias May heels, like kitten heels, for $15.
Oh,
Yeah. And I was
Yeah,
like,
okay.
this is crazy.
and you mentioned ASOS, which
Yes,
I don't
ASOS
know,
as
I
well.
think it ships from Singapore sometimes.
It
It's
does.
It's a bit of everywhere.
Takes about a week.
Yeah, but the good thing is they're on opposite seasons, so they're having like a big winter sale
Yes.
right now, and we're going
Yes.
into winter.
Yeah,
Oh, Liv,
yeah.
I could talk to you forever. Let's do bougie and budget.
Yep.
Let's start with our budget.
Okay.
What's your budget?
So my budget, speaking of Uniqlo and speaking of basics,
Mm.
is I think I found the best long sleeve basic white like tee.
Okay.
It's called the Uniqlo Airism long
Airism.
sleeve
Yes,
tee.
that's their fabric that like it feels nice and soft and cottony, but if you're sweaty, yeah,
Yes.
it's good.
It's like so like, and it has the perfect fit where I like when shirts don't cling to your hips.
Me too.
And they flare out, not like flare out,
No.
but they're loose at the bottom. They look a
Yes.
bit boxy.
Yes.
Has that perfect boxy fit, and it comes in like cute little colors. It's like you've got the classic black and white, but then you've got baby pink, yellow, all that kind of
Oh,
stuff.
wow. How
It's
much?
Really nice. $30.
Oh, that's good. Oh,
Pretty
no.
good.
My budget's expensive compared to that, but heaps cheaper than my bougie. I wonder how you're going to feel about this. They're
Yeah.
from Chic. It's called the Nara pant.
Oh.
I would almost say it is leggings as pants. So it's a black high-waisted legging.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
This
See,
is like skinny jeans coming back.
yeah, but
Yeah.
little tiny like slit at the ankle.
Oh, it's quite like equestrian.
Yes, it's a bit equestrian.
Yeah.
It's a bit like it's like almost like a cigarette pant. It's like a tight legging but dressy. I would wear
Yeah.
that with a very high heel and an oversized bomber.
That's cool.
Cool.
Yeah, so that is like, I remember, did you wear pants with shoes attached once?
I did.
Yes, it's kind
That's
of
when
like,
I was in Paris pretending to not be the real me.
yeah, but which is cool. It's
But
kind
your
of,
generation don't do pants like this in general. Like a tight black pant that could be a legging.
people are
out.
trying to, not really, people are trying to bring the skinny jean back. That is, it's whispering, it's
Okay.
happening.
Alright.
I'm not necessarily in there with
Are you in the
them.
barrel jean?
No,
Yeah.
not into that. I'm classic Levi straight leg.
Oh, I don't mind a straight leg.
Yeah, that's all I want.
What's your bougie?
Okay, my bougie, which is bougie because of how I got it, but actually quite a budget price.
You are so good at this game.
I got it in Tokyo.
Okay.
I went and got the Yonosuka Tiger
Yes.
Mexico 66s.
Great.
And I went to there. They have this special store in Ginza, and you can go and get the shoes embroidered
oh,
with like little characters. So you can do your initials, you can do like your
personalization.
age, personalization. I love it.
Oh my God, that's so good.
Yeah, so I got this black and red pair, and then I embroidered it with my age, so I can just remember how old I
Cute.
was and all that kind of stuff.
I have Onitsuka Tigers. Mine aren't inscribed or whatever, but
But they're cool. They're
yeah,
cool.
okay, so they're still cool because they're a few years old.
Absolutely, they're still cool. They're absolutely like 100% maybe one of the coolest. And they were only $148 because they're made in Japan.
Yeah.
But they're about $200 here.
But they're a great shoe for someone like me who's not a huge trainer wearer and I
Yeah.
can't do the big chunky
Yes.
Solomon hiking
No.
look. They're nice and
Yeah.
streamlined. They pack well for travel.
Absolutely.
I love that we both agree with that.
They're
All right.
so light. Yeah, they're really good.
My bougie is something I will never own, but the cookies follow me
Okay.
everywhere.
Yeah, they're
It is
smart.
the most beautiful suede jacket. We're both into suede.
Yeah.
Before you get too excited, it is $1,470.
Yeah.
It's by a brand called Noir Hamois,
Oh, it's nice.
and it's like a
Holy.
it's like a cropped brown
That
suede
would
trench.
look great with your pants.
I know, but I can't afford it. I would size up. I think it's a French brand. I would size up. The model is wearing like it's not
like
fitted
a-
fitted.
No. But it folds, like it's got the nice folding of the.
It's got-
what's the
that's a
professional way?
lapel.
Okay.
See, I can teach you
there
something.
we go.
But it's quite cropped. It kind of sits just above her hip bone. If I was to ever win lotto, I would size up and get this. It's just a dream. But I do
It's a nice
see
colour.
you and I, 20 years apart, both loving suede.
Yep,
We're both into like our
absolutely.
bombers, vintage leather.
Bombers are very good. There's a viral bomber that's going off from Zara at the moment on TikTok, but it's still $500.
Yeah, because they do the premium
And
collection.
I'm like, whoa, I can't do
I've
that.
been searching Depop. There's some good ones on there.
Bombers are great.
Liv James, thank you for representing your wonderful generation
Of
who
course.
can run because we walked. And I love that we're trying to put to rest the generational war of fashion because clothes are fun.
Yes,
and it's
clothes
for
are
everyone.
fun.
And we can learn from each other.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for joining me.